Hello, everybody, and welcome to Slingy's Daredevils, where we spotlight leaders who are elevating our community through tech. And today, specifically, we're talking about the startup community because in this episode, we're going to be talking with Logan from Kentucky Tech Map. So, Logan, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Excited to be on and talk about the Kentucky Tech Map.
Yeah, so let's just jump on in. For those at home that maybe don't know, what is Kentucky Tech Map and what do y'all do?
Yeah, I think it would be helpful just to give a little context about where the Kentucky Tech Map came from because that's not a company in and of itself.
Right.
Um, that was a website that we created through, uh, I'll call it a media company, Middle Tech. So, Middle Tech Podcast, we essentially exist to highlight startups and entrepreneurs in this region. And the Kentucky Tech Map was just a website that we kind of threw together that open source, allowing founders and startups to create profiles to highlight their company and kind of show what was going on in the region.
Yeah, that's great because I know obviously Middle Tech's purpose is to help elevate, and so Kentucky Tech Map is just another way that you guys are doing that as well. What kind of led you to create the Kentucky Tech Map, and why are y'all at Middle Tech so passionate about spotlighting tech companies and helping connect them with investors?
Yeah, I think we saw something from Silicon Valley that just kind of profiled all of the startups that were being built there. And we're like, man, this would be really cool to have in Kentucky. So really, it was just kind of a built it on a whim, found a website builder and started throwing it together. And our vision
Sweet.
for it was we just need to make it open source, allow founders to come in and create a quick profile about their company. And it's really just to bring awareness and spotlight what's going on in the state without any real gatekeepers to it.
Yeah.
The reason we're so passionate about it is, I mean, at its core, all of the team of Middle Tech is either starting their own startups or involved in an early stage startup themselves. So
Right.
we're just really passionate about growing that community. It's been awesome to all of us to be a part of that, and we just want to pay it forward.
Yeah, absolutely. I I really love what you guys have got going on, and especially the fact that you guys are all in different stages of startups, working
Hmm.
in them, working with them, and then coming together to help everybody as well. So it's really cool.
Yeah,
Um,
it's fun.
so how does the Kentucky Tech Map? Obviously, it's a website, so it's using tech in some way. But how is the Kentucky Tech Map using technology to kind of help connect startups with investors and help get them some more um, spotlighting?
Yeah, so I guess a good way to think of it is kind of like an open source social media or Wikipedia page for specifically for startups in Kentucky. It's just leveraging kind of basic website tech and those open source profiles, like I mentioned, and that just gives a place where one kind of source of truth where people can come to and scroll through all the people that have made profiles and get an idea of what's being built in the state.
Awesome. Yeah, because I know we have this conversation a lot, um, both us separately and then everyone across the state at different times, but making sure that we get the startups in our space more, um, get them out more, trying to just include them as much as possible and help raise their voices.
Hmm.
So there's two types of profiles, correct, on Kentucky Tech Map. So can you talk to that a little bit about kind of who's interested in Kentucky Tech Map and who can specifically create a profile?
Yeah, so the other type of profile aside from a company profile would be an investor profile. And this is a new feature that we just essentially launched within the Kentucky Tech Map here a couple months ago. And that is called the Investor Connect feature. So now when a founder is creating a profile on the Kentucky Tech Map, they can check a box if they're fundraising. And if they are, they can upload a pitch video as well as a deck and then the terms of their fundraise. And then on the back end, whenever an investor creates an account, they can select the criteria for the types of companies they want to invest in and the types of deals they want to receive. And then whenever a new company comes in and selects at their fundraising, if their criteria meets the investor's criteria on the other end, we just automatically send the pitch video and the deck to the investor, and then the investor can facilitate a conversation from there if it's a good fit. So really, it took it from like being able to spotlight the companies being built there to being able to help connect those companies to investors in the area, primarily angel investors, but we have a few VC firms and things like that on the tech map as well.
Sweet. Yeah. So not even are you just trying to help get the word out even more, but you're also working to help these companies grow and get started. So it's really awesome what you guys are doing. I really like it.
Yeah, thank you. That's definitely the goal.
Yeah. So we are at the end here. So now the question is, if anybody watching at home wants to get involved, wants to set up their own profile, how can they find you and get involved?
Yeah, so the easiest way is just to go directly to the website, which is kytechmap.com. Just exactly how it sounds. And just if you have a company, go and make a profile for that company. We have a pretty wide range of companies that are on the Kentucky Tech Map. So even though it's definitely tech centric, we like to say that pretty much every company these days is tech enabled in some way. So don't be shy to add your company onto the Tech Map. It doesn't necessarily have to be a software company or anything like that. And then if you are not an entrepreneur yourself, I think it's just good to be aware of what's being built in the state. So just go to the website, check it out. If you see something that inspires you on there, go and connect with the founder on LinkedIn. That's always a great way to get into the startup community if you want to do something like that. That's basically how I got in the startup community, was just cold reaching out to founders and getting coffee with them and getting to know them. So that kind of stuff is powerful. That's how I would advise getting involved.
Sweet. Yeah, definitely the normal coffee meeting. I feel like I have at least one a week, if not multiple. So I totally agree with you, Logan. But that takes us to the end. So Logan, thank you so much for sitting down with myself and Slingy. And thank the viewers at home for watching this episode. We'll catch you in the next Slingy's Daredevil Spotlight, and we'll talk soon. Have a great one. Bye, y'all.